Going on mute.
Okay, good morning. This is awesome for anybody who's tuning in. You can probably tell that we're having some technical difficulties right now, which is awesome because I love people seeing the back end of how we put this show together. This just makes me smile so much. I love this. Hi, Meredith. How are you?
Hello. Good morning. How you doing? Happy Friday, everybody. We did it. We're here. We're live. It's exciting.
We made
How
it.
the heck are you?
I'm great. We made it. Nobody got hurt. We're in good shape. We're doing awesome right now. This is genius. Love it.
We're doing good.
So how are you?
Good. We've been really busy. SheTV Media, just finishing up actually like a lot of projects. So it was kind of like a culmination, of a busy couple of last months, but getting excited. We're going into editing on a couple other projects that we're happy and excited about. And then, just prepping for the next few months.
Although I gotta say, I don't think you'd be saying we're going into a project that we're really not that happy and we don't care about. Like, I just have to say that, but that's just me.
That's the benefit, we get to choose who we work with and what projects we, take on. So majority of the time, we're just like, this is awesome.
It's the power. It's all about the power.
How are you? How are you staying cool? Do you have ice packs attached to you? What's going on?
Trying not to go outside very much. For anybody who doesn't know, we live out in the desert, and yesterday was a balmy 120 degrees. I think it actually got up to 124 in Palm Springs. I think it broke the record yesterday. And summer starts Sunday, so just wait for it.
Yay. Oh, this is spring still.
Exactly. But things are going well. I mean, I can't complain. Busy working with clients out here. Escrow's going on, so things are very exciting. But so I'm going to go back to power really quick because today's guest is all about the power, whether she admits it or not. She was our very first guest when we started this close to 30+ episodes ago. Mm-hmm. So I guess we should bring out the fearless leader of the LAX Coastal Chamber, the president and CEO, Christina Davis.
Come on down.
Yay.
I'm so happy to be here, guys.
This is awesome. So can you believe it has been this many episodes? Like we've done
how many? I gave you a spreadsheet. We've done 25 episodes.
Crazy. That's crazy.
How many views have you guys had?
Over 4,000.
Incredible. This thing has really turned into something that I don't think any of us expected or knew what to do.
And that's only on our Facebook page. That's not even all the other places that it's been posted. Yeah. So I think that's really awesome, and you guys are to be commended.
Oh, thanks, Christina. We're just waiting for our studio set so we can do a live audience version.
Yes, that's coming.
That would be.
But I do want to share some really spectacular news.
Go ahead.
That I told Joel about, but Meredith, you don't know. Oh. So last night, we had our first in-person event with our board of directors, our chairman's reception. John Launer, who's our chairman of the board, who was a guest on Binge Live, I think your second guest. Yep. Jerry Jen was your second guest. Look, I'm going through my mental files. But this was a tough year to be chairman of the board. I mean, he started July 1. So he never got to experience any of the live in-person events. He didn't get an installation. He didn't get like any of the things that would traditionally be, the fun things that you get as part of being a volunteer of this organization. And so, now that June 15th was this magical unicorn date and it happened, and we're very excited about the opening of our businesses and the mask ordinance being lifted. And so we went and had an event last night, and John gave out his awards for the year. And so the exciting part is that Binge Live got our Committee of the Year award.
No way! We won! Oh my
That's
gosh.
so awesome.
What?
Yes. So the installation will be on June, I think the 23rd, which is a Friday, and you'll actually be invited to receive an actual award. So congratulations.
Oh my gosh, how exciting, Joel. Look at us.
I know, right? We're now, I'm sorry, let's rephrase this. We're now going to rename this to the award-winning Binge Live.
That's right. That's right.
I think that's what we should call this from now on.
Absolutely.
How exciting is that?
Super
That's
exciting.
Thank you so
And you
much.
guys, I just want to say thank you so much for doing this. I mean, this really was your brainchild. I remember Joel calling me saying, "What do you think about?" And I just loved it. I loved the idea of just promoting our small businesses, our members, getting to know everyone on a more personal level, which is what you've done. This is just such a magical little recipe of supporting our business community. So I just really appreciate you guys taking the time and committing almost every Friday to doing the show.
I can't believe this. I am so excited. Thank you. This is so cool.
Meredith just likes awards. That's all it's about.
Yes, she's an award collector. She's an award collector.
Exactly. But no, I mean,
Doesn't everyone want a gold star for everything?
pretty much.
If you had given me a sticker, probably would have been just as excited. You know, just like
We'll do better than that.
Everybody mail in a sticker to Meredith. Everybody who's watching right now, go buy a sheet of stickers and just mail them into the chamber office. Like, that would be awesome. Let's flood Meredith with gold stars.
that'd be hilarious. Instead of fan mail, it's just stickers.
But you know what? We started this whole thing during the year that was, I don't know how to say it, because we were looking for a way to still keep connected as well as promote the chamber. You know, obviously we got to promote ourselves at the same time, but you really allowed us, and this is what I love about this chamber, and I think I've said this ad nauseum almost every episode, but you've really allowed your members to get involved and really try new things. And you know, we weren't seeing each other face to face. We had no opportunities to really get to talk and get to know people. And we've had some incredible conversations. I mean, it has been such a great experience. I'm going to speak for Meredith. I don't know if I should or not, but for me personally, it's been incredible just to have talked to these people that I probably may never have had these conversations with, and just to see where they go. And we're hoping that the viewers are loving it as well. They better be. But no, so thank you.
Is this a throwback episode where we're going to have like, we're going to back?
You know, where we show all the other clips of the episode. Stay tuned. You never know what's to come. But honestly, this has been really awesome. And I think too, moving forward, we're very, very excited just to see what else, you know, we can do, how we can highlight and support, just because I think this last year really showed us, especially through the chamber, that like we weren't alone. And I know that that was really, really, really hard for a lot of businesses and a lot of people, just as an individual, you know, an entrepreneur, self included. This was like so exciting for me, you know, for just that accountability and support that was built in. So I feel like any way that we can continue that mentality in business and also in our community, like we're all going to be happier, better people.
So speaking on that, so obviously you guys did a lot. The chamber did over the past year. Where do you see things now compared to where they were? And how do you see things changing and evolving going forward? No pressure.
Oh gosh. Okay, so hold on. I want to share this with you. I said I was going to do something extra exciting. First thing is, please hold. Give me a second. This is my actual office.
That's so awesome. How does it feel to be back in the office?
It feels really amazing, actually. I love working from home, but being here at the office and seeing my team and being able to just communicate so much more easily, not staring at the screen. That's one of the things that I've had a lot of conversations about. You know, I love this technology and definitely a place for it in the future of the chamber. But looking at these little boxes, you know, for long periods of time over the course of the day actually has been really taxing on my eyes. So I forgot my glasses today, but I had to wear my glasses before I didn't. And I just noticed the amount of screen time that we're all having, you know, is a bit of a drain on the brain. So having people in the office, experiencing the energy of people. I mean, I think that even last night when we had our event, the energy in the room, well, we were outdoors, but the energy in our space was crazy. I mean, everybody is so excited to see each other, and you can't believe you haven't seen someone in 15 months except in a little box on your screen. And so I think there's definitely a place for the technology, and I might have told you this before, but what I really envision for the future of the organization, at least on the short term, and we'll reassess as we move forward, but is that if it's a transactional meeting where we're just going to transact and do business, I think online works really well. More networking and a social interaction combined with some transaction as well, I think is really going to do well in person. And then we talk about hybrid. I mean, I have heard a mixed review on hybrid for the people that are, on the screen and the people that are presenting, just because there's always technology issues. The sound isn't great. You can't hear everybody. So we're going to have to just play it by ear and really wing it. But we do intend on having a mix of both virtual, in person, and hybrid. And hybrid might look like a live stream where people can ask questions. That way there's no interference with the group that's actually meeting in person. So we'll reassess.
Now, one thing which I found fascinating, and I think Mimi and I both had the same opinion on this, was when you're shy, like we are when you first walk into a room, and it can be very overwhelming. So did everybody there last night know each other prior to the pandemic? Or do you think that they were able to walk in and be like, okay, I've gotten to know you a little bit, so I feel like I can approach you more? Like, did you see that evolution?
So was my board of directors. So for the most part, everyone's been involved in the chamber for a while. However, there were some board members that joined, the board on July 1st. So they had never been in an in-person event with everybody. Like one of the comments, everyone's like, oh my gosh, you have a lower part of your body. we saw all of it. We saw legs. Everyone was wearing pants. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I mean, I wasn't sure.
That's great.
Where your Zoom attire.
That's so funny too, because we've been seeing everyone from the front, that I feel like going into a like real life space and only seeing backs of people, we're gonna be like, who is that? I don't recognize you. I need to like see your face.
And you're meeting people now you're meeting people in person that you met during the pandemic and they had on a mask and they're not wearing a mask anymore. You're like, oh, that's you. I didn't know what to, it sounds terrible to say I didn't know what to expect, but I didn't know what to expect. So it's kind of fun. And
I think, even the mask ordinance has been really confusing for a lot of people. I mean, I know, do you walk up with a mask? Do you not walk up with a mask? So the minute people saw that we were at the event, now our event was a fully vaccinated event. So we were all without our mask. And so they walked up and they saw all of us without the mask, and everyone just like ripped it off and was like whipping it around. Like, this is really exciting. It's that back to the way it used to be. And so, I'm very hopeful. I'm very excited about sort of what's to come. But as I said, I think that we're going to have to take it day by day and just kind of figure out what works. I think that's really exciting that we get to do whatever is in the best interest of the organization. So we've been forced to pivot. We've been forced to think outside the box. And so that mentality for me is still there. We're going to do whatever needs to happen to make it work.
But and that's what this year was really about for everybody. I think we all got to just say like, oh crap, what do we do now? Let's just try this and see what happens. And the results have been great for a lot of things. If it worked, awesome. If it didn't, okay, this was the perfect time to try it. Let's move on to the next thing. So
I feel like everybody was really forgiving. I mean, I remember our first live event. I was so nervous. Oh my gosh, I was so nervous. And you know what? I got so many compliments. You did such a great job. There were little snafus here and there, but I mean, they were like, you know what? You did a great job. That was really nerve-wracking, but you could tell that there was a lot of effort and energy. I think that the first time we did a live event, we did like 15 to 20 run-throughs just to see like, how does Facebook Live work? How does the YouTube stream work? We were just like, what does this button do? But everyone was very forgiving. They were just appreciative of the effort. The effort was there, and it wasn't like we were going to shy away from it. And I tell my team, I'm never afraid to fail. We learn from our mistakes. And so I would just hate it if we didn't try. And we did.
I remember we did one test on a platform that had different floors and you had to click to tables, and that was just kind of like a what?
Yeah, I mean, I'd call our members and be like, can you hop on this event and just play around with it and tell me what you think?
It was fun.
There's so many things that came out of this too. You had to figure out which, platform is best, and then which platform was worse. It's just kind of like trial and error. But
you didn't know what was wrong with it until you were actually in it, and you're like, oh man.
Then it was too late, and we had already committed. So you made do with what you got.
Absolutely.
Everybody was on board for the ride. It felt like, nobody knew what could happen next. And I think it's weird to look back on it now. It just kind of is weird to be like, well, we went through this. We went, mind you, we're still going through it. I'm not downplaying it. We're still in a pandemic, people, whatever.
Absolutely.
But it's great to hear that the chamber did great during this. Like, you guys were one of the few chambers. I mean, we spoke to numerous people, and the response always was the chamber really stepped up and beyond what anybody could have anticipated happening. I mean, from the very get-go, you pretty much said, okay, online, we're doing this, boom. So kudos to you guys for just really ripping off that Band-Aid, because you really were focused on your members.
Yeah. Thank you, Joel. Thank you, Meredith. It's so funny to think back to March 15th. It's not funny. It's so strange. Wrong word. Funny was not the word that I would have felt, but I feel so grateful, and I feel so blessed that we were able to get through this together. And we talk about this all the time, Joel, that very first meeting when we just didn't know anything. And how far we've come. And I sent someone a message the other day, and I said, I think we're out of the storm. We've come out of it. I think we're stronger because of it. I think we're all stronger because of it. I think we're going to think a little differently about how we do business. The other day, I had a meeting at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock on Zoom. And then I went and hopped in my car. Now, normally it takes me 45 minutes to get from Redondo Beach to Westchester. Normal LA traffic, right? I hopped on at 10:15 and I got to work in 15 minutes. And I was like, hey, if I can take 2 meetings in the morning and then drive into work and only sit in there for 15 minutes and make a call, that's a more efficient use of my time. So I think we're going to work smarter, not harder.
Yeah. I think everyone needs to work smarter, not harder. And I think also the option of the virtual meetings also has upped our productivity to a certain extent, as opposed to taking, an hour and a half in LA traffic to get to said meeting, so I think that I think the mindset is shifting in a lot of businesses, and a lot of obviously people that have gone virtual and completely gotten rid of their, headquarters or their commercial spaces, and also being like, time does not equal, hours does not equal productivity, it doesn't have to necessarily be the 9 to 5. We can kind of create the system and break up your hours per each, individual.
Yeah, and the people who were productive before, they're still being productive. The ones who weren't, still not. So I mean, it's kind of, it just is what it is. But this is great. So I'm super excited to see where you guys take it next. What are you hearing from members? What do they want going forward?
So we've been surveying everybody about sort of, are you ready to come back? And it has been overwhelming that people are ready to start coming back in person. And so, I think some people are a little farther away, so the virtual will be there. But I think for the most part, I think people are excited. And so really, I'm going to be testing sort of how we're going to do that. We're going to be working with our hospitality industry, which does an amazing job of hosting events for us. So we're gonna slowly come in. Chad, who's behind the scenes right now, is launching a new concept that we're going to do called 9 and Wine, which will be golf with a happy hour, so outdoors. We'll go through the summer. I'm not a golfer, but there's a lot of people in the chamber that are. A lot of business transaction made on the golf course, so we'll be doing that just as a fun aside. We'll see how that does.
You like wine?
I'm in.
I like wine. I don't like golf. I like wine. So that's exciting. I mean, we're just thinking of ways to network and do things just a little bit differently. And like I said, some will work, some won't. We'll see what happens. I do see a future in training and workforce development. We did that during the pandemic. We've always had the Leadership Academy program, which will go back to being in person. We did Leadership Academy 2.0 and 3.0. I think that was really successful as just a smaller course session. I know Joel did both of them, so you could probably speak better to it than I can as a participant. But I think there's some things that will work. Online trainings. We were talking about offering actually 2 courses. You can either do it in person for a cost, or you could do it virtually for a cost, and see if you get enough critical mass in person, it makes it worthwhile. And if you get enough critical mass, and maybe there's enough interest in both, and offering it that way.
Yeah, that's awesome. I hope that offering hopefully just like expands, the chamber reach, because I think too, maybe virtually has that helped, or how have you seen where people live in terms of who's engaging in these events?
That's what a great question. Thank you, Meredith. During the pandemic, we had, chambers of commerce are traditionally very geography based. So if you're in Westchester, Playa del Rey, Playa Vista, Marina Del Rey, we are your chamber of commerce. We love you. Join us. But during the pandemic, we had people from Rancho Cucamonga and from San Pedro and from Torrance and from, farther away. And we do have a bigger reach because, our main industries are aviation, hospitality, and construction. So if the airport is of interest to you, we are your chamber of commerce to be part of, because we have, United and American, and we have all the players from LAX. But this was about people wanting to have programming, and people wanting to network, and people wanting to have resources. And so we really had a much broader reach of members. We hope that they'll continue to stick around. I hope that's the case. I hope they continue to find value in our programming, because that's really what we were striving for, a really quality programming online, which is what we will continue to strive for.
I think that's awesome. And I think that's going to be your big challenge, is exactly what you just said. The past year, you were able to kind of spread the fingers out a little bit and really get into neighboring communities. So for you to be able to transfer, keep those things together while going back to that's going to be a fun balancing act to figure out.
Yeah. You know what? We're up for the challenge. And, I think that as a business owner, you have to make a decision on what's valuable to you, what is a good investment. I hope that we continue to be that good investment for you.
So, Meredith, are you ready?
Are we doing?
I'm always ready.
Oh, we're doing this.
Oh,
we're
boy.
doing. Okay, drum roll, please. Welcome to the rapid fire round of Binge Live. Christina, you have 3 seconds to answer the following questions. Are you ready?
So ready. I'm ready. Born ready.
First question. If there's one skill you could pick up instantly, what would it be?
Playing an instrument.
Which instrument?
Guitar.
Love that. That's awesome. Okay. If you had a personal soundtrack of a song that played every time you walk into a room, what would you want it to be?
This Girl's on Fire by Alicia Keys.
Yeah, we love Alicia. That's awesome. Spirit animal.
Ooh. I was going to say a sloth, but it's not a sloth. It's going to be a cheetah.
A cheetah. Okay, I dig it. I dig it. And if you could walk into one painting or backdrop, what would it be?
Probably a Monet.
Ooh, beautiful. And what is the latest show you've been watching?
Oh my goodness, what have I been watching? I haven't been watching TV lately, believe it or not. I've been out and about. I'm partying. There's not time for TV. That's so last year. What have I been watching? I was watching, oh my gosh, I'm totally spacing on it. It was good. It was so good, I don't remember it. I really don't remember. I don't want to take the time. I can't answer this one.
We'll come back to that. I know you've been out and about. What has been like the most exciting place to either go or eat at now that things are opening back up?
Don't say it.
You know what it is.
Don't say it.
It's Tony P's Dockside Grill. I've been going there for dinner. I went there for the chairman's reception last night. It's my jam. It's my spot.
Love it. Thanks, Christina, for playing. We had to go full circle with that question and bring it on back to the very last time that we talked with you. But also, I think, you know how everyone always jokes that you're the one writing checks to them when they mention you. Now I'm starting to think, Tony, what you been up to?
Mm-hmm. That's actually a good point.
Yeah.
And
I'm still waiting on my Bloody Mary.
Right. You know, before we get off, I wanted to just let everybody know that today at the chamber office, we're actually doing a blood drive with Cedars-Sinai, and there is a blood shortage right now, and so I'm donating blood in just a few hours. So if you do want to come and donate blood and you're in the area, you can go to the chamber's Facebook page and you can register, or you can just show up and they'll take walk-ins. So I love partnering with Cedars, and if we can help save a life, I'm all for it. So come on down and give some blood if you want to.
And also, so as we come to the end of our episode, what is the best way for people to reach you, get more information on the chamber, and join us?
Yeah, laxcoastal.com. All of our information's on there. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're out there. And of course, call the office. We're here, 310-645-5151.
I feel like we should flash that across the screen.
Yeah,
flash. So I have to say, this has been great. Like, it's been really cool to kind of come full circle over the past year and talk about just where everything has gone. It's incredible to see the change in everybody. So thank you for joining us again.
Yes.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for everything. I really appreciate everything you do for us. We are a community of people. That's what makes the chamber strong. And we are very lucky to have two such amazing volunteers, award-winning volunteers.
Thank you. I was just going to say that.
I knew you were.
And everybody, don't forget, mail your stickers into the chamber office for Meredith. We need to flood her with just a ton of stickers. I want puppy stickers. I want gold stars. I want random bumper stickers. You name it. Just send them in.
Bring it on. Thank you so much, Christina. You are the best. We really, really, really appreciate you. Come and join the chamber. Be sure to tune in to Binge Live, award-winning Facebook Live show, and let us know if you have any crazy requests or any other insight for us. We wanna make sure that you're enjoying what we're putting out there.
Exactly. Thanks, guys, for watching. We'll see you
Bye.
in 2 weeks.
Have a good weekend.
Take care.